You know, we like to show love to the local Minnesota music scene, or Wisconsin music scene in this case.
Hey.
Call it Minnesconsin.
Minnesconsin.
Right.
Yo, you might need to kind of split the difference of that microphone there.
There you go.
So we are in studio with the, oh my God. In studio with the illustrious Yam Haus. Introduce yourselves and shout out your moms, because you said we were going to talk about moms.
Yeah.
My name is Zach, and my mom, Lynette. Shout out to you for being awesome.
I second that. Lynette's really great. My name is Lawrence. Shout out to Kate Pruitt, my mom. I love you so much.
My name is Seth. Shout out to my mom, Joanne. She is the sweetest.
It's very sweet. Yeah. My name's Jake. Shout out to my mom, Colleen, in Michigan. You're the mom.
Pronounced Colleen.
Colleen, not Colleen.
Get it right.
Not Colleen, Colleen. Those are some good mom names.
They're very good
No,
mom
those
names.
like solid
Classic.
mom names. So,
They are good mom names.
What's your mom's name?
my mom's name is Rebecca.
Rebecca.
Another
Okay.
great one.
Beverly is the nickname. It's an inside joke with my best friends and my mom. And my aunt's name is Lynette. So
There you go.
wow,
a great
look at that. So you guys played our Go show with Bishop Briggs 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Week and a half ago, last Friday.
Yeah, so Matt Mason, the original dude, he was sick, and he's dope. I was like, oh, Matt Mason. So we were like, who's gonna open? But then you guys stepped up. How did this happen? How did Yam Haus get onto the Go show with Bishop Briggs hours before?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was 10 a.m. when the shenanigans began.
Yep.
Yeah.
And,
Talk into the microphone.
And I think it was 10 a.m. It was like the morning, and we were all getting ready because that night we actually had a barbecue for our street team. We have a street team, and this is going to be like our first like send it night where we like all go hang out and connect with these peeps who've been wanting to help us. So we were like planning that, talking that through, about to like kind of go after the day. All of a sudden, Seth gets an email from a guy named James Taylor from First Ave.
Shouts out James
Shout
Taylor.
out
Yeah, James.
I like how we all like stop.
James Taylor. The real James Taylor. Sweet baby James.
The only James Taylor I think is the.
No, but the truth is he's literally the hero of this story because he reached out to us and he was just like, you guys, I just got a call and her opener is unavailable and you guys are the first band I'm reaching out to. Let me know. And Seth, like,
I think it was 8 minutes until I was like, absolutely.
it was immediate.
Like we had a like round table and like
We just happened to be
pass it
sitting
up.
there all together, and Seth had his email pulled up, and so he saw the email come in. It was like 10 a.m. He's like, "I'm gonna answer this right now."
Yeah.
So
We also happened to be like in a room with a couple friends
Yeah.
who were also there. Also, bless you. But we happened to be in the room with them, and when we got the email, it literally like a screaming running session to like little girls at a sleepover party.
Man, that's like Christmas morning times like 8.
Yeah,
It
it
was great.
it was so fun.
But then we were like, oh, hold off because you don't know if it's gonna happen. Because like we said yes, but then Jim's like, all right, I'll let you know. I gotta run it by her team, and like there's more to the process. So
Yeah.
The rest of the day, why don't you explain, Jake? What
Yeah, I mean, so we had an event at St. Thomas University actually where we were doing another in-studio interview, and so we had that in the afternoon. So we already had to pack up all our gear. We, got it in the van and went over to St. Thomas, and we were just kind of waiting on James to get back to us. And I remember you checked in with him at some point. You were like, "Hey man, any word?" And
I was trying to be like not annoying. James was sorry if I had like 5 emails that day, but
hey, any word yet?
still no. 10 minutes later, it's like knocking the door again.
yep.
But it wasn't until like 3:30 that we actually got the confirmation that like it was happening.
Yep.
And so then it was like at that point
It was a
like,
mad scramble.
it's
He's
a
like,
go,
"Get here as soon as
get
you
here
can."
ASAP.
Yep, get here as soon as you can. We're gonna sound check and do this thing.
Man,
So-
that's a perfect storm. Because think about, so Bishop Briggs, just herself, just released a debut album, a monster debut album. Fantastic.
Oh, it's so good.
Sold out show already. You guys are in St. Thomas with your gear.
The amount of things that went right that day.
It was
Yeah.
a good day.
That's wild.
Yeah, it was so
It
wild.
was almost like uncomfortably like sweet. Like I was almost like,
I don't think we get this yet.
because literally like we saw like our bros John Chuck in the Clash.
Yeah.
Happened to be playing at the entry and Step Rockets.
Yeah, that was the Go Radio takeover of First Ave. We
Yes.
had both shows on lock.
So dope.
Yeah.
And, like I look up to John Chuck. Like I'm a fan of John Chuck. Like I'm like, man, like I just want him to like take me under his wing and like show me how to be in the local scene.
Yeah.
And he comes over and we're like sound checking in the main room. I'm like, this is so weird. This isn't right. Like this isn't how it should be. But
Yeah.
we'll take it.
Man,
Oh, it was so surreal.
Yeah.
The whole day, it felt like a dream.
It did feel like a
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So Yam Haus, you guys like yams and houses? Or like, what's
that's
up? That was a
exactly
really
it.
bad joke, by the way. Like, I regretted that as soon as it came
Squash
out.
Crib, Sweet Potato Shack.
There's a lot of
Yeah, we'll take any of them.
Zucchini Palace.
Zucchini Palace.
They were all taken. So
That's pretty
defaulted.
hard.
Yeah.
So Yam Haus, how spelled the German way? Right?
Yes.
Is it
House.
House? Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it, why Yam Haus?
No, so Yam Haus was the fruit of a year of searching for a name that didn't have any like legal trademark issues, and like we literally like went on like a long hunt finding a name,
Yeah.
and we finally landed there. And it was kind of a strange, cool thing because someone had suggested it to us on our team, and we were kind of like, I don't know, but we were already calling our house that because we live together and we're pretty passionate about the team thing. Like,
Yeah.
like none of us, like we all really want to be a band, not like a front man who does everything and then like makes these guys come and play. Like we all have like a very strong voice in like being a team. And so we very early on decided to like develop a little mantra called "You Are Me," where we want to like I want to treat Zach as good as I treat myself.
Word.
It's really hard because I treat myself really good.
Yeah. Straight up.
Like
You showers once a week.
that's true actually.
Hey, no shower jokes. I just told you I've been running water for 2 weeks.
We're sorry, sensitive issue.
I'm so sensitive.
Sorry, Jordan.
But anyway, so we threw that together and we were already calling that our name. Like we were already calling our house that. And somebody on our team was like, "Why don't you guys call your band Yam Haus?" We're like, "Okay."
Yeah.
And it wasn't taken. We spelt it weird because honestly, for me, I remember looking at it like graphically.
Yeah.
It looked better than how spelt normal. The
The
two A's were
aesthetic.
kind of symmetrical.
The vibe,
Yeah.
SEO, social media,
Yeah.
handles. Like this is the stuff. Like off the air. I wish we would have recorded what we were talking about off the air. But
Yeah.
being a musician grinding in 2018, you have all the resources, but. And you said something. We were talking about the entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah,
That's right.
The industry right now favors entrepreneurs more than just like.
You should speak directly into the microphone.
So I was saying earlier. Check, is this thing on? Sorry, I kiss it. Is that weird?
Do what you gotta do.
Okay. Anyways, I was just saying, and we found this to be true with everything we're doing. I think that the industry right now is super, super well favored to people that take like an entrepreneurial mindset to it because the tools are all there and like they're just waiting for you to grab them and like go after it. I mean, yes, you need like funding and you need things along the line, but there's a lot of things without much money at all that you can grab and use to like build a fan base. And so we've found that super like true.
Well, and the music industry is changing so much. I mean, every day. And we definitely have not figured it out, but I think you have to be creative in the way that it's done. You can't just be an artist that creates anymore. You unfortunately do have to think about the business side of things and the artistry and how you're communicating all of those things at the same time. So we're learning that.
We've made it. We played First Ave, so this is all. It's all downhill
it's
from
all
here.
downhill
Thank
from
you
here.
guys.
This is like
we
a
made
guide.
it.
Go
We
96
learned all the
we're-
secrets.
That's,
Music industry.
I hope you guys. I think you guys got the juice just to have that entrepreneurial mindset because, like you said, the tools are all there. We were talking about Spotify and how they have analytics for you. You know where your demographic is.
Right.
So as a band that's doing it, that just got even like the slightest taste,
Right.
because you guys don't even have an album out. You have 3 singles,
Yep. 3 singles.
and you guys opened up for Bishop Briggs.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So what your advice as someone, maybe like you guys 6 months ago, what would you give to a local band or artist, rapper, DJ, producer, someone who wants to do this? What would your advice be?
I think it's about the people. Like
Oh,
I think
yeah.
we've realized that like making something really cool for yourself is neat and it's a beautiful thing. Like making art that you feel passionate about. But connecting with the human being like through that is a whole different can
Yep.
of worms. And I think really valuing the person on the other side of the speaker or the stage or whatever that might be, like and trying to have something that's actually authentic that's gonna get them to feel like the brand or whatever community we're creating as Yam Haus, like people want to be a part of it because they feel like it's gonna like
Real.
like have actual value beyond just like a head bump,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's what that actually means. I don't know what that means
I second that. I
tangibly.
strongly second that. What
Oh, it's about the people. Was
Yeah.
that the objective behind your 365-day vlog?
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, so we created this thing where we did a vlog every single day for a year. And the purpose of it wasn't to shine a light on how cool we are, but more to like show other people and lift up other people's stories and kind of really get our name Yam Haus like in real life and show other people. But that was a crazy time.
Yeah.
That we haven't been doing it for a while, but it's been that
Bring
was
it back.
Yeah.
The brand is hot right now.
Man, it's hot.
Well, we do have plans. We'll see.
we got some stuff up our
We got
sleeves.
some stuff
Yeah.
up our sleeves.
So what would you do in these daily vlogs? I think about me doing a daily vlog. It's like, all right, so this guy wakes up at 8. He plays with his cat until about 3:30, then drives to work. Like, what's a Yam Haus blog like?
We had the same question
Yeah.
for a year.
Yeah,
Like,
what?
literally, we realized that every day actually has something worth sharing, but you have to decide and be brave enough to say, I'm going to look for it. And that takes work, you know. And I think there's a lot of people that said the same thing you're saying. We said the same thing. It actually wasn't our idea. A friend of ours from New York was like, hey, you guys should try this out. And we're like, okay, like what's it? I didn't know what a daily
I don't know either what it was until the week before we did it. I was like,
and it was just this crazy thing that we decided to jump into. But I think the lesson we learned was that like, oh, every day has potential to be something worth sharing, whether it's funny, whether it's like really inspiring, whether it's just like a quirky, weird moment, or like a sincere, like, man, this was like tough today and I want to talk about it because I bet you there's like 1,000 people going through the same thing.
Yeah.
I think we kind of like recluse ourselves into these shells and we think like, man, my life's just not that interesting, but it's not true. Like your life is actually very interesting. And because I've videoed myself for a year knowing how dumb I am, I can say that like, I promise you your life is interesting. If my life can be interesting, your life can be interesting.
There's a lot to share. I think that's kind of what we learned. There's a lot to communicate about what you're up to every day and what you're doing, especially in, you know, a project as crazy as, you know, trying to be a band in 2018. But I think so much of what came out of the vlog is, like Seth said, the people, connecting with people. And so many of the people that come to our shows every time we play are the people that watch the vlog every day. So we really kind of created this team of people that are on board with what we're doing, what we're up to. And that's a huge win from the vlog.
So do you guys struggle, if we're going to talk about the vlog and putting something out there, we're talking about artistry and any entrepreneur, whether you're a business person, a radio personality, a DJ, a band, or anything. When we're talking about social media and putting yourself out there with relating to people, do you guys have trouble finding the privacy barrier? Maybe not the privacy barrier, but like, do you ever feel like you're putting too much out there? Like,
yeah, we were really quick. Like one of the first things we realized we had to do was draw clear boundaries as to what is shareable and what's not. And we're really intentional about that, like, because having a private life is a really good thing. And like we very quickly when we started, we would just start filming, and it'd be super invasive. Like we all have close friends and family that were like around us, and for us to suddenly be at like a family gathering and be like, all right, so here I am, like it's definitely jarring. Yeah. And like everybody has a different approach to that, and we decided pretty early on to just draw like a. Is this close enough? How do you feel?
I can edit it. We can always edit it.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool. Do you want me to get like?
I get it about right there is good.
Okay, like in here.
Yeah, that's good.
Always this close.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yep.
There we go. Yeah, there we go, Zeke. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yes.
I like a mid-interview production meeting.
Yeah. I love it. Yeah. Anyways, I was just saying we drew very clear lines. Like we realized we have a private life and want to keep that.
Yep.
And the vlog shows pieces of that. It doesn't show the whole thing, and that's on purpose because we also want to like encourage people, because there's a lot of people who are throwing stuff on social media and they don't like, it kind of like invades their life to the point where it's unhealthy. Like they don't even have like a personal like real space where they can just be them. They're always selling it.
Well,
and
it's easy to miss out on like a real relationship if it becomes too invasive, like you said. Right. You know, if like we filmed everything, the vlog became like, oh, every moment we're just going to film it and then we're going to edit together a video every day. Right. Then it does become evasive.
You have to become like a Logan Paul inside.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah. You didn't want to do that.
And this is not exclusive to those in the media or music world. I think this is a good conversation to have just for our generation, man.
True. Yeah.
Like, as we try to reconcile with social media and like the whole fake news thing, and then you got and then the idea that we're glued to our phones. I think we are to a degree, and. So when we can use this powerful marketing tool, like I said, like this is a billboard into people's lives. So you can put your music right into someone's pocket.
Can I give you a sneak peek into Yam Haus's next record that won't come out for who knows how long?
Yes.
We literally, like, learning this process, realized like nothing can replace the real thing. And like social media is an attempt to do that. And it's a beautiful thing, but nothing can replace the real thing of like actually me sitting in front of you talking. We do have microphones that are going to help like bring this conversation into a radio format to show to people, but it won't be the same as if you were in this room. Like nothing can replace that.
100%, because we've struck up an internet friendship.
Yep.
And this is the cool part of social media now. We're getting kind of negative.
Yes.
Yeah, this
but like
is
we already had like a pretty good baseline.
Yes.
Like we're like, oh, like you said, Zeke, what'd you say? Like the Yam gods are here. I was like, oh shit, let's go.
He recognized us. He was like, "Are you guys?" Like, hey, Yam Haus. We're like, "Who are you?" That's social media. I know what you're up to.
Yes, I know what you guys are up to.
Yes.
So that's great. That's a lot. So we shouldn't be all about
It's
social
a good
media.
thing.
We should
clearly
be.
we did it for a year. We don't hate it.
Yeah.
We love YouTube. We love social media.
Yeah.
I think it's good to talk about just the whole Sorry, I'm distracted because I went like this, like to demonstrate like a bumbling idiot on social media, and I'm distracted by the football. But we were talking about music. Yeah. Should we get into some music?
Let's do it.
Let's do it, man.
All right, so every night at 10 o'clock, I do this thing. It's called the 2 at 10. Maybe you've heard it. We listen to a band or artist back to back. Since you guys are here, we should probably do it.
Oh, let's do it. Come on.
You guys are a band, Yam Haus, and you have songs out. I'm going to let you pick whatever 2 songs you want, but I'm going to ask questions about the songs. So whoever wants to talk about them.
Yeah, let's do West Coast and Stargazer.
All right, let's talk about West Coast. What's West Coast about? The video came out today. So you should. There's going to be a link in the article, so you should definitely click the link in the article.
Yes.
But what's West Coast about? Tell us what's going on with it.
It's about warming up when you're in a place where things are kind of cold and you're sick of being sad. And so you are, I mean, that's where it was for me personally. And I think there's a lot of reasons to actually, it's perfect that we were talking about social media before. Because as much as social media can be about, there's actually a lot of really good things about it. And you got to kind of see the bright side. It's sort of about that. It's that juxtaposition between like, I'm not happy, but I'm like working towards seeing the positive, working towards seeing like the good stuff, you know, warming up.
Like the West Coast.
Like the West Coast.
I feel it. All right, West Coast, Yam Haus on the 2 at 10. It's Go Radio. All right, so West Coast by Yam Haus on the 2 at 10, going back to back with their music. So how would you guys describe your sound? Because I was thinking about it, and this might sound bad, but I have a rationale. I listened to you guys. I thought, is this Maroon 5 and like Train? But
amazing.
I only like songs about Jay and Maroon 5.
She's back in the atmosphere.
That's a great record.
Drops Jupiter in her head.
That is the one good Train song. I despise Train.
I don't even. Yeah, I like that one song. It's the only one I know. I think I know Soul Sister too.
Okay, don't sing it. Don't do it.
Drop to Jupiter.
But you guys are very melodic. There's some pop influence and there's also some rock going on. So where do you guys draw influence? What's your objective when you guys get into the garage and jam? I don't know how bands make music.
I think one of the main words we use is like pop. We want to make some pop music. And I think around this area, it's harder to like kind of break into that scene because it's not a very big scene here. Mm-hmm. But we grew up with so much alternative music and so much rock and roll that bleeds into all of our music.
Think about when we were growing up, though. Like alt was pop. Who stank the reason?
Yeah.
Like Harder to Breathe by Maroon 5 and
totally.
Like Smash Mouth All Star, like rock and Tall Bachman. She's So High. I don't know if that's an alt song, but like
She's so high.
Yes.
That's a great song.
I categorize that genre to me. That's the American Pie genre.
Yeah,
you know?
dude, that's a great.
Cleopatra in a song and like mean it. Oh man.
If we get there, then we've made it.
Cleopatra.
Yeah.
Joan of Aphrodite. Man,
So good.
I remember I learned how to play that song for my church musical.
Yes.
I was playing guitar. I was playing rhythm. My friend was playing.
That's awesome.
Whatever. We're just jamming before the service. It's fine. And I remember we played She's So High.
That's dope.
Oh man, that's
sweet.
so pop.
Yeah.
That makes sense given the
What even is pop? What would you define as pop?
well. There's 2 questions.
Yeah.
There's 2 answers. There's like commercial radio pop, which is Garbo, and then there's like Carly Rae Jepsen pop, which is nice. So I would say I would say pop is synth driven. I would say it's production based.
Okay.
And that's about the constrictions of pop. But do genres really matter though? I ask this question in every interview.
Yeah.
Totally.
I think it's changing. I heard Paul McCartney say that like classical music was at one time pop music, and then the Beatles were like being railed against because they weren't like good classical music.
Yeah.
It's like we're pop music too, like, or like classical music was pop music, and we're like just as like talented and working as hard, but we're just like doing something that resonates with people.
Yeah.
And that's what classical music at one point did. I think it's just like what's popular. I mean, the answer is popular. I think like truly, which is an interesting.
That's probably what it is. And if you think about it, like hip hop's the new rock and roll now. Alternative is kind of the new pop.
Exactly.
And man, and those purists, those genre purists, they're like, man, if you're gonna say, oh, they're using computers to make music, well, are you gonna be mad at Hendrix for using a guitar pedal?
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Totally.
Auto-tune is a guitar pedal for your voice. And then you're gonna be mad, oh, have you seen that meme that's like, oh, did you like I used a drum machine for this drum track. It's like, well, did you play drum? You should play drums. You should make your own drums. You should kill the cow and skin it to make the drum. It's like there's so many stupid lines with that's why I don't like genre purists and people. It's like I like people. I don't like people that like get so negative about music and computers because it's just a tool.
It is funny though, because I say pop as like we want to be popular. We want to have music that impacts a lot of people. We played a show in Menominee, Wisconsin. We pulled up, and on the little, like, thing in front of the venue, it said indie funk.
Indie funk.
Yeah.
That was
You
how
guys were
they
an indie
just
funk band?
Indie
That's what,
funk.
like, that's what
And we
they took
loved
from
it.
our
We
music.
thought it
They
was
were like,
fun.
Yam Haus is an indie funk band. We were like,
I
what?
guess we are.
Was it West Coast that they got it?
Yeah, the West Coast
It
was
might have
indie
been,
funk.
yeah.
And so we were like, oh, cool. We can bend genres.
I think
Your
that's
new favorite
our
new
main goal. We set it with how we play shows, you know, doing the vlog and everything like that. We want to make music that connects with people, that people can resonate with. I think pop does that really well. You know, having melodies that people grab onto right away is something that Lawrence does a really great job of writing. And I think a lot of the music, like the bass lines that are in, you know, West Coast or Stargazer, you know, the drum parts, I think things like that are inspired from all different areas of music. And that's what's fun about the music that is on this first record, is it feels very eclectic in a lot of ways.
There's no rules.
Yeah.
I love that. So Stargazer, you mentioned, I like this song a lot.
Dude,
Oh,
thanks, man.
thanks,
Tell
man.
us about Stargazer. Tell us, why is it called Stargazer? How did it originate? I want to know all the info. I want the Wikipedia page for Stargazer.
Ooh, all right.
So essentially, all these songs came in an interesting point where I actually, the like formal team that we now have, like wasn't fully figured out yet. And so I was going through a very interesting and challenging personal situation that was super tough. And I'll let you, you know,
We'll
speculate.
draw our own
Yes.
conclusions.
Yes.
Okay.
So, well, what's so crazy is that was going on, and at the same time, I was getting an opportunity to basically like kind of like a red carpet, like, hey, come to this studio. I met the label we're working with called the Hover Coalition, and it's basically these awesome dudes from our hometown who just were like, you know what, we want to do this. And I had met them, and they were like, it was just going really well. It was this awesome opportunity. While at the same time, I was having like this really personal challenge going on. And this song is sort of the like perfect cross between those two situations, because it was one of the first songs. I actually wrote it with our producer Mark, and he's got a daughter that is literally studying astrophysics,
Yeah.
Yep.
which is like, I'm not making that up. I'm dead serious. You can look her up. Her name's Emery. She's awesome.
She's a
Shout out to
stargazer.
And
All right.
he had that like kind of chorus already a little bit. Like I finished it a little bit, but he had this like, she's a stargazer.
Wow.
She's a dream chaser. Like he kind of had this little thing going on. And I had this like really nasty like Red Hot Chili Peppers like just a step away. And I was,
That's tight though. It's the economy of genre. Like
Exactly.
Yeah.
and we just threw them together, and it worked really good. And it ended up like, for me, I take it from Stargazer, it's sort of me being in awe of the beauty and the challenging pain of somebody that you're like maybe interested in or want to be with, and like how like they're going after it and they're chasing their dreams, and you're kind of like in awe of them. So
Word.
there's a lot of perspective there, but
That's a dope concept. I now understand why I like the song.
There you go.
Hey.
Yo, so Stargazer from Yam Haus on the 2 at 10. Let's go. I'm going to re-edit that because I sounded so stupid. I sounded so dumb. I hope that doesn't make the video. If it does, it's fine. All right, yo, Yam Haus, you guys, thank you for coming through.
Dude,
Thank you for killing our Go show a couple Fridays ago. I wish you guys nothing but the more success. That was grammatically horrible. I'm imploding right now. But tell us where we can find you and your music on social media. How do we follow you? How do we stay connected?
I'm not the social media guy. I was
Seth are looking
homeschooled.
at right now. Oh, he was. Seth was homeschooled. Fun fact. Take that home.
Not important, but
Okay, so Yam Haus, you can find on all of our socials on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff. Check us out on Spotify, and then
What's Spotify? I don't know what Spotify even
Spotify
is.
is-
I don't even know what that. I'm a
green
robot.
circle.
It's 1942. As far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
So-
but they're on everything: Apple Music, Spotify, all that kind of stuff. Website, yeah.
So Yam Haus, YAMHAUS. Write that down unless you're driving. Don't write it down.
And our show's coming up. Is
Yeah.
that what you want
Our
to
album release show.
Let's not talk about that because I think you have to pay for it. So we'll post it on your social media right now.
Hey.
we are gonna the
The Battle of the Bands.
Battle of the Bands.
What's
Submit.
your thoughts on that?
Well, you guys are in. I'm planning it.
We're coming.
I love it.
Dude, well, in that case, let's
So I'll
log
see
on
you
here.
June 13th. I'm serious.
Okay.
Dude, we're
You
pumped.
guys are good.